Hey now, this is a certified hood classic.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
All rise, order in the court. It is time. And from Mikey, he was telling me it's quite a banger.
It is. It's a little different than we typically would watch, but the behavior and the let's just say the outcome of everything is really what we're here for. And I'm sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I noticed when we went live, my thing said, "But the judge say, hold up." And I was like, oh, it's supposed to say, says. Judge say, hold up.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Courtney, 13 months.
Yeah, it's like I said, a little different. But oh, by the way, I saw a video on KCC's that I'm thinking about going and stealing. Not her copy because it's she don't have record things, but I'll go record it myself and watch it here. I'm picking, Paisley. I'm picking. But it was pretty good. A guy in a very awesome gaming rig. So might check that out.
Oh, lovely.
But, this is a lot of fun. Trigger warning.
Uh-oh.
It's probably going to happen.
A courtroom that we're not used to also.
Yeah, I have no... I know it's in... what is it? Cowitz?
Oh, Cowitz. Spike Donuts, 19 months of a member, and Mystic Ladies here. We can.
I feel like there's a divider behind the judge, like she's at Golden Corral, and they're trying to split the room in half so two people can use the party room.
Nice. Let's jump into it.
All right, and I've got you there, sir. I see you there, ma'am. Thank you for being present.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just one moment to get that file up.
No problem. Is the judge got a 1,000-watt bulb 3 inches from her face?
Yeah, she got some hella light.
I did have an opportunity to read the things that both of you submitted. Thank you. I appreciate that both of you submitted paperwork for the court to review today. That's appreciated, along with some of the sort of historical documents associated with this child.
Nate.
So I appreciate that.
How you doing, Nate?
Before we get
What's going on, Nate?
In depth, is it Kudlak? How do you say your name?
Whoa. Huh?
Kudlacek.
Oh.
Kudlacek. Okay. So where do you reside?
Kelso, Washington, out in Lexington.
Okay. And then I have you, Ms. Knowles. Where do you reside?
Longview, Washington.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Very good. So the way this works is initially, Mr. was the one that filed. And so I'm going to give him an opportunity. I have to choose somebody to go first. That's how I do it. So, sir, I'm going to give you the opportunity to explain what you want and why. I do, and based on the materials that you filed. And then, ma'am, I'll turn the time to you to have the same opportunity. So go ahead, sir.
I'm just trying to make it to where I'm trying to put her in school and I'm trying to do stuff with her, and I don't want her mom to just come up and try to take her. So, and because she's, she's worried about that. So, and she's really stressed out about it. And so I'm just trying to keep her safe and trying to keep her to where she can, know that she's safe and where she's staying.
Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am.
Spot check.
Okay, well, first of all, 8 years ago, like the paper that I didn't respond, ASA was granted to me because Chris was MIA. There were stipulations that he was supposed to do.
Missing action?
I never did them. Ended
Thank
up
you for your service.
It's been 8 years since he's even tried to do anything. He says something about him being there in 2018. I mean, Asa might have won a weekend, or that's about it. Asa assaulted me. She got in trouble. She got a judge's order. She went to juvie. She got an assault floor. They put it in a deferred disposition.
Wait, are we talking about? She's a little hard to. She's a little all over the place.
She is a little all over the place. We said that the dad was MIA I don't know if that meant he was in the military and had been taken prisoner or either lost. But she also says that I want my daughter back because she assaulted me.
Right? That's
And I
why I
sent her to
stopped it.
juvie.
That she was so she is talking about the daughter.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, we're talking about a 12-year-old girl, maybe a little older. I'm not really sure.
Flush is on fire today.
She got court ordered to do counseling. She got court ordered to do multiple things that her and I've been doing. She got mad and ran away. She went
Close.
to cuddle checks. And yeah, I don't let her have social media because she snuck out. She posted half naked pictures of her. She's 12 years old. And him saying that he wants to keep her safe. Where has he been for 8 years? I mean, as you can see, there's numerous stipulations from a judge that numerously saw.
All right. If
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
All right. Parents of the Year award. Not
Well,
good
I can't
either
say
of
too much
them.
for dad, but mom is making tons of accusations here. I don't think when she said that there was nude photos posted, I'm guessing the girl did that, not like dad did it. Like, you know, it seems like, look, this girl seems like a lot to handle. She's already beat mom up. She's run away.
Been in juvie.
I knew tons of girls that were 12 and 13 years old growing up that was like that as well. So again, a lot going on. But mom, I don't know. She's not coming off as she got like fleas. I mean, she is constantly scratching and moving and touching and just putting her hands behind her head and that cough. Whew, that cough, son.
Is that an ode to the Golden Corral commercial at the end? Because it says to the grandpa that he's from Miami. All right, let's take out, like Mikey just pointed out, which is true. Yeah, she won't stop moving. So let's take out the crackhead method thing and boil it down. Let's pretend that that's not a thing. The accusations that she's thrown out so far, very serious. Very, very serious.
I'm guessing she ran away from mom and went to live with dad.
Yeah, but she just threw in the whole, well, where have you been for the last 8 years, though?
Yeah, like 8 years. So, like, was he gone for the beginning 8 years, the middle 8 years, or just the last 8 years, and dad just rolled into town?
Oh, Stephanie, well, welcome. I hope you enjoy. And
you know any of these folks, Stephanie?
You have a last name about like Chris up here that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce.
That he has not done at all. I mean, in 8 years, that's a long time. I'm pretty sure you could get that stuff done when you care for your daughter. I mean, there's just like I put into the order, they're giving Asa drugs. There's black and white, her saying she's getting it from her cousin. Don't sit there and roll your eyes. That's not appropriate.
Wait, I would like some clarification on the drugs, high fluffing. Are we talking about medication or are we talking about like street drugs?
And is it the weed? The scourge of the streets.
The devil's lettuce. Sweet tea, thank you. The first $5 of the day. You're on $5 Tuesday.
Are you trying to be the first person to be a wrench on all 3 channels? Is that what you're after? Because there is no one that is a wrench on all 3 channels.
Working it. Not even April?
No.
Wow.
Not even April.
Wow, T, you are blazing new frontiers.
She's gone power mad.
Yeah, Donna, just
slightly.
Just a little twitchy.
I can't believe Judge hasn't told her slow down.
This is not safe where she's at. I mean, it's been 8 years. I called the sheriff. It's not stalking. I'm looking for my missing child. She's still reported missing. Yeah, I crisis response and had them go out there because just like I put in the response, she's suicidal. She got mad from the judge because she assaulted me and there's actions to her consequences. And she ran away. After she ran away, I found all this stuff saying she's going to kill herself. She's taking pills to do this. That's why I called crisis response with her counselor, set that up, and her probation officer and CPS set that up. But it was refused from Mr. Kudlachek and Connie at 252.
What was refused?
Crisis response was there to transport her for intake.
Okay.
for all the suicidal notes and stuff that I.
Oh, she's got a whole notebook. Emma, by the way, we go live Monday through Friday at 1:00, so just set an alarm, and 4:05 also for we got
Always 1:00 for our live shows. When you, the entire audience, are the star. We're just here to steer the ship. Cough count is at 3, by the way. In case anybody almost playing along, I'm going to start keeping track. I think
that's
because I feel like there may be more.
Mystic Lady, I just saw a first glance, first couple of minutes here. I think he's a little more.
I haven't heard him talk yet.
Well, that's true. He kind of only said,
but he is sitting still, so he's already won that battle,
right? The one other thing I was going to say is, if this judge lets her go, she's going to repeat every single thing that she just started to. She's going to repeat every single thing that she just said over and over and over again if they don't stop that. Miss Rana, yeah, she's a real sweetheart. There's the cough count. We're at 3.
Put in. He doesn't even know her birthday. If you look at the paper, the order, he put her birthday in wrong. Her birthday's not January 20th, and this is, 8 years ago. He didn't even put his birthday right on the birth certificate. His own, so that's null and void because when you search it up, it's not his. And if he wants to talk about that, maybe we should do a DNA test. But I feel under the stipulations, Asa needs to come.
Wow.
She hasn't been around him. They haven't done anything in 8 years, and it's more him. Like with this paper, it's not just his phone number. He has his mom's email.
He doesn't know her birthday, the daughter's birthday. Is that what she's insinuating there?
Yeah, and she's also insinuating he doesn't know his own birthday. So it was wrong on the birth certificate. So the birth certificate shall be null and void as far as she's concerned. And by the way, maybe we should just go ahead and run a DNA test because I was on around during that time period, I guess.
Do you think that that's news to Chris, or he's heard that before? Probably.
Oh, he probably knows she's or
I'm trying to keep up. That's why I keep pausing it, just to reiterate.
Oh, in seconds. She has dropped 10 things in just seconds. Whew.
Between him and I. Asa is supposed to start school on Tuesday. She has an intake. She hasn't done any of her counseling for disposition. She has less than 20 days to do what she needs to do, or she will be charged with that assault. And I don't feel it's right for her to run away and not have to do what the judge ordered when she assaulted somebody. She's supposed to be starting school on Tuesday. It's been almost 2 months, and she's still reported missing. Haven't had contact. He wants to put in a restraining order. If you also read the paperwork from the Oregon judge, because he didn't do what he was supposed to do, he's not supposed to be around her. I just feel like, Asa needs to come back home because, I've been her only provider in over 8 years. No outreach. They haven't been to one school thing. They haven't anything. And them saying that I've took Asa out of state before. Yes, I have, because I got custody of her back in Oregon, and there was an interstate compact for me to bring her in Washington. I'm sorry, but there's stipulations he was ordered from a judge to do. He decided
Open and shut, Your Honor.
Enough for his time for him to take time out of what he was doing the 6 months that it took me to get our daughter back. He did nothing. He went missing, doing drugs, doing whatever. Still to this day, court, even when I went to go get this order printed out, Oregon still doesn't know where he is. So.
Oh, wow. All right. Again, we haven't heard him talk, but he does not just give off the drug vibe to me at all. And he hasn't really. It could be anybody, but I'm just saying.
Anybody can be on drugs.
Initially, he just doesn't strike me as.
And here's the thing: if he's such a bad dude, why don't he just say, "Hey, you need to come get this girl. I don't know why she come over here. I ain't got nothing to do with her.
I know.
You need to come pick her up." And why, if she's been reported missing, hasn't the law got her?
Tiny Piggy, thank you for the 5 bones.
Can't the police come and get this girl they know is a runaway and know exactly where she is, and she's about to start school?
She was insinuating that it was the daughter and not him that Oregon doesn't know where he is?
Mhm.
Or was there two separate? Again, she moves so fast and
Again, this man was allegedly gone for 8 years on drugs, is what she said. And then she topped that off with, by the way, Oregon has no idea where he's at. The entire state has been not saying he's wanted or anything. They're just concerned about where the hell he's at. We've been looking for him forever.
And yeah, Asa did. I never put a cigarette out on her face. When she assaulted me, I had a cigarette in her hand, and it got her on the face. And that's what the CPS report says, and also the police report.
Oh, that, my God. I gotta say, usually in most cases, right? It's this long drawn out case, and we find these little tidbits along the way. This is just boom, 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 boom,
Rapid fire. Yeah. So it was alleged that she had put a cigarette out on the young lady's face.
Oh my God.
But Your Honor, that was during the what mother would ever put down a cigarette to struggle with a child? I mean, my mom burned us, I don't know how many times talking. Oh damn, mama. But so I mean, Jesus, I don't know where this kid belongs.
I would thank you, Two Bones. My God, there can't be any more, right? I mean, you can't have that many more crazy.
So much.
Because they were called in. And I mean, that's it.
Oh, that's it. Just that.
Sir, I'll give you an additional opportunity to respond since she got to listen to sort of what you said and then make her response. I'll give you an opportunity to respond as well. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, she's not getting any drugs from me or her cousin anywhere around my house. She cannot. I've talked to her CPS worker that's been out to my house. I've talked to her FFT lady that's been out to my house. So I talked to her probation officer. They all say she's happy and she's safe where she is. I don't know what else does, so she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. I was going to put her in school, but I was waiting for what happened today to find out. So, because she's worried about if I put her in
girl with a girl. Thank you. All right. So he's worried. I kind of understand that. So far, he's making a lot of sense. You don't want to go through all of that process of getting her into school. Although I think as a father, you kind of should though, but I kind of understand that though, because there's a possibility that this girl will be back in her care. I mean, he's just, one of the things he said was a social worker was involved. So that's already a step in the right direction for him, saying that she was happy and healthy. She was getting no drugs there, even though the mom was happy to pull out and point at a bunch of shit while the dude didn't even do anything. He barely breathed and blinked during the time she was talking. As soon as he starts talking, she's into semantics. She's over here just presenting evidence, smiling, making this wild, crazy look on her face, allegedly. So, she won't, this is going to get out of hand fast.
School that her mom's going to come take her out of school. And so that's what she's worried about. So I was waiting for her today before I put her in a school.
So it sounds like you've been in contact with her probation officers. Have you been in contact with her?
I have a family therapist out here at my house. I've talked to her. I've talked to her probation officer. I've talked to CPS workers out here. I've had sheriffs at my house. I've talked to them. The crisis intervention team. I've talked to them.
Hey, you guys help for Asa?
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, sir.
And so yes, Asa's been doing everything she's supposed to be doing, and so yeah, that's all.
Very good. Thank you.
He didn't have. I figured. I
mean, it was cut and dry, I guess, on his side.
I guess, yeah. Maybe less is more in this situation. He doesn't have to go through and just.
I mean, to me, he said all the right things. Hey, she's fine. She's happy here. She's in contact with a social worker who also says she thinks it'd be in her best interest to be here. But at the same time, she's very concerned that her mother will just all of a sudden come and grab her up and try and, take her back home. So they want it in writing where she can't do that.
Which seems to be, again, much better to stay wherever she's at right now, I think. I could be wrong, but we'll see.
I appreciate both of you. I appreciate you both being here. And again, the fact that you're both here is a clear indication that you both care very much about your child, which I appreciate.
Good point, Kelly.
First thing we need to do is we need to appoint what's called a guardian ad litem. Guardian ad litem is essentially fancy Latin for court's investigator. People come to court similarly to the two of you, where I don't know either of you personally, which is a good thing in the sense that I'm kind of a neutral decision maker for you both. One side says, the father's terrible. The other side says mother's terrible. And I'm kind of like, well, you're both saying, each other is not a good place for the child. Guardian ad litem's job is to come and meet with all the parties, meet with the child, talk to all the providers.
She's still she's presenting evidence in a case, just holding up papers and giving them a bad look. I don't understand. Have they been? And by the way, she hasn't coughed in a while.
She hasn't. The cough count is at 4 right now. Good for her.
I would have thought over under easily 7 to 8. Although I've probably coughed about 6 times. I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh, does she think that she's? I don't understand what you're getting from doing that. Do you think that she has that the judge has all of that evidence, or is this just stuff that she's printed out all willy nilly and for today and think that it's?
It's almost like I don't think the judge has that, to be honest with you. I think that she's just stuff she's like pulled together.
Yeah, because there's no mention of it. Yeah, which usually we hear. Usually we hear that anyways.
It sounds like there's quite a few in this case. To give the court sort of a neutral person that is sort of boots on the ground is what I say, and to get that information. So I am going to do that first and foremost. The clerk's going to give me the next 3 names on the court guardian ad litem list.
That's Twyla Corey, Keith Lawrence, and Heather Kale.
So these wait. Who are these people? So
guardian ad litems.
Okay, so they will help in the case.
Yeah, guardian. We've learned the whole deal with guardian ad litem. Basically, it's somebody who's going to be almost like a person who's going to watch over everything that's going on, make determinations about this is going on, keep an eye on, make sure everything that the judge is going to say needs to be enforced is getting done. They're basically an advocate for the child.
Right. I guess we've certainly heard about them, but I don't think that we've ever had them in court while they're going. I don't think. Or
no. She's just given names of the 3, and she's going to appoint one.
Interesting.
These are the next 3 on deck.
All right.
Sir, do you have any preference as to the guardian ad litem?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, do you have any preferences to the guardian ad litem? Oh, you'll need to unmute.
No, I don't. But like I said, a DNA test needs done.
So no, ma'am, that's not appropriate. If he is on the child's birth certificate and the child is 12, that ship has sailed. And the idea, and I'd have serious concerns with a parent who would try to disestablish a parent at age 12. So
no, look, put his birth date wrong. Everything's been wrong. This is stuff that he was even ordered by a judge to fix, was never fixed.
It's clear that he is the legal birth father, according to the state of Washington. So we're not doing that. If you want to raise, anyone's free to raise that, but you haven't done that in a motion today, and the court's declining any oral motion to do that. So that takes us. So first name on the list is Ms. Twyla Corey.
How much does that hurt? That's got to hurt him, man. That would hurt me so bad if somebody said something like that. Oh, by the way, they're going to speed it up right through here.
I was going to say, wow, she really kicked it into high gear there. She was moving fast enough as it was. My God.
Oh, she got a question?
No, she's just.
What I'm doing is I'm just filling
Hell
out
Satan.
Judge seems real fair so far. Again, I don't know if we've watched any cases with her at all.
Sir, are you currently employed?
No, I have a job waiting for me after all this court stuff is over. I didn't want to lose it while we were doing all this, missing days of work and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to be starting.
How much are you going to earn per hour?
$19.75.
Nice.
Ma'am, are you currently employed?
Waffle House.
Okay.
Oh. Currently employed? No. That's a hard no, Your Honor.
Yes. Oh,
I have a question.
Yeah, just one moment.
I love to sped up like this. I don't know who put this together, but good job.
So what I have done is I filled out what's called an order appointing the guardian ad litem. I'm appointing Twyla Corey. She's going to investigate all issues regarding establishing a parenting plan for this child. I'm also asking her to look at domestic violence issues, mental health issues, and substance issues as to all the parties, including the child. I'm going to make her report due in early January with a review of her report January 25th of 2024. So I know that sounds like it's a long way away, but we give our guardian ad litems at least 120 days, and then usually plus us a little bit more time to be able to talk to all the parties. She'll have to get releases signed, and please be quick on signing any releases. I'll get to you, ma'am, I promise.
Hi, Hugh.
As we go along to make sure that you're not delaying the report. I'm sure you both would like to have the report issued in a timely manner. Obviously, she can do it sooner, but that is the sort of the deadline the court establishes to get a report. I put both of your phone numbers as I have them in the court file in for you to be able, for the guardian ad litem to contact you. But I encourage you both to contact the clerk's office once this hearing is done to obtain Ms. Corey's number and reach out to her directly. Let her know that an order has been entered and give her your information. That will certainly speed the process along and ensure you receive all the documents and materials from her as well. Ma'am, you had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm concerned about with her being placed there, like what I submitted. She openly admits that she's getting drugs there at 12 years old. So,
I mean, he already answered that. There's not a whole lot that you.
Who is she openly admitting to, by the way? Fuddruckers. Again, and we don't know how old those messages are or how old any of that stuff is.
Yeah, good point.
This, I mean,
there's just not a lot more that he can say to that. He's, you know what I mean? I mean, he's answered that. It's, you know,
his demeanor has really helped him throughout this case already.
That kind of needs to be taken care of or addressed.
All right.
Because it's
been addressed. He answered it.
She's getting drugs where she's at right now. She needs to be home.
All right. So I haven't gotten to where the child's going to be.
How do you know she's not there right now?
Next. So at this time, what are you going to do? Obviously, there are concerns. There are concerns both ways. Both parties raised some pretty significant concerns for the child. There's some historic concerns, although I do recognize that those concerns are 7 to 8 years in the past, which is quite a bit of time in the concept of a child's life. You both raise current concerns as well. So obviously there's a long history of concern. At this point, I have child assaulting mom. That's not a good sign. It sounds like child has some mental health struggles. Again, I want to make sure that that gets addressed. She does, sounds like both parents are aware of probation and the diversion program, which I appreciate. Seems like both parents have been pretty cognizant of that and working through that process. So that's good that you're both up to date on that. At this point, though, considering the child's assaultive nature on mom and considering sort of the needs of the child, again, this is a temporary order. It is not a final order. I am going to place child with father at this point. Father is going to be obligated. Your Oregon order dismisses that case, meaning it does not exist. No, when I am talking, you are not talking. I reviewed that file. Your Oregon order dismisses that case. It does not establish a parenting plan. I appreciate that you completed the things that the court obligated you to do 7 years ago or whenever that case started, which would have been further back. But at this point, we're dealing with essentially a tween, and before you were dealing with a young grade school child. A lot has happened between then and now. So my order is a temporary one. It is not a final one. This is what we're going to do as a Band-Aid until we get to the next step and have a complete guardian ad litem investigation, which is what I am ordering. You both will have the opportunity to talk to the guardian ad litem, and you'll both have the opportunity to present your case at trial.
She is super triggered by all of that.
absolutely
extra.
agitated as hell. She thought for sure this was a slam dunk. I guarantee you. She's like, you see all this paper and shit I got? I bet he ain't got paper and shit like this. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna put a sad look on Mr. Chris's face. I would say his last name, but it's too hard to pronounce.
Okay. The judge's demeanor and the way that she just handled all of that, man,
A+.
excellent. Oh my God, yes.
A+. She laid it by the book and just did it all right there. And the thing is, she needs to remember, she's telling you, look, lady, obviously things weren't going great at your house. Obviously, they weren't as stellar as you think.
Right.
Your daughter assaulted you. You burned her in the face with a smoke-a-ma. What more can we say? Maybe, just maybe, this kid needs her father in her life right now more than we think. Maybe.
Father's going to be primary. Father is going to establish the child.
Fuck no, she says.
School, in Kelso.
Oh God,
So
you see
child
those
will need
eyes?
to attend Kelso school.
She's
Oh,
saying
they muted
fuck
her.
every other word.
To work with probation and the diversion program.
Fuck!
On the first sheet.
Oh wow. The funk.
Funk, she put her fingers in her ear. She thought that would undo what the judge said.
Mikey reading the lips.
She said, fuck no. And then she said, fuck this. And then she figured out she was muted. Funk, thank you.
Yeah, she wasn't happy about that. I'm gonna back that up just a couple seconds there.
Oh yeah, and does she got a choker on? Like her
No.
shirt goes down, or is that?
I think that's a full. I'm pretty sure she's got a whole.
Was she in the Yakuza? I mean, why she got so many tattoos?
Complying with diversion. Similarly, you're going to need to establish the child, if she's not already, with a mental health provider or to continue her mental health services. So you'll need to do that as well. With the mental health services, again, you need to provide mother with notification of appointments and those types of things, so that mother knows and is aware that that process is continuing along and that you're compliant. Does that make sense, sir?
He wasn't compliant, Judge.
No. And we're going to find that out, aren't we? So everybody is definitely under the microscope at this point, meaning that guardian ad litem is going to be checking up on you. The court has a review date. If people aren't compliant, when we come back on review, it doesn't mean that custody is going to stay how it is right now. The court can 100% change custody. And if you're not compliant, the court will. I need parents who can be on target for their kids and put their kids first. And that means getting them in school, making sure they're there every day, all day, making sure that they're compliant with mental health. Ma'am, I've given you an opportunity to speak. If you keep interrupting, I'm going to have to remove you, and I don't want to do that. So you're going to have to make sure that she's child's compliant with probation and the diversion program, and provide proof of that compliance. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm also going to order that both of you obtain a program called Our Family Wizard. If you Google it,
no,
be able to find it online.
No.
It's an app that you can enroll in.
Why in a million years would you sit there in court
and act like an ass like this right now?
I mean, during time, these are tools that are given to you to help both of you, your daughter, most importantly.
And if this guy is the biggest shitbag, like you you're saying he is, this would give you all the. I don't think she's going to like the monitor. She already doesn't want. She doesn't want to be monitored.
No, of course
she don't want them putting her under any microscope at all. She doesn't want to be watched from a telescope, let alone a microscope. And it's going to all go. These are all things that are going to turn out poorly for her just based on her actions here. She's going to be cussing up a storm, saying everything, and we're going to have it all the transcripts of everything right there.
Download to your phone. It's a de minimis cost to you both, but it allows you to communicate with each other through essentially a portal. Well, that'll be your choice, ma'am. Sir, whether or not she complies, I expect you to comply. So you'll need to download Our Family Wizard. You're each going to pay your own fee for that service. And then provided your own fee for that service, And then that's how you'll provide mother with information. So you can use that to download documents and send those to her appointment notifications and those types of things. I do want to set up visitation for mother. I am concerned about what that's going to look like. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to set I'm going to set visits with the child and mother, and those are going to be every first and third weekend.
She's
from
still
Friday
going.
at 5 to
Oh.
Sunday at 5.
Oh, there it is.
Weekends are
Tears
determined
are
by Fridays. I'm going to have
Mikey, what did she just say right here? Hold on. Where are we at? 1912. What did she just lip right there? Let me see. See if I get that right.
I'm going to have the exchanges be at the Kelso Safeway parking lot.
No, we're not.
Neither
Fucking
parent
stop.
exit their vehicle. This is a 12-year-old. She can transport herself between the cars. So parents don't talk at exchanges. You don't get out of your cars.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised that we're not trying to find like a third party to drop off at, that we're going to put these two together.
Well, like they said, the girl is 12, so there's no reason for the parents to even get out of the cars. She should transport herself back and forth. But as good as I'm sitting here right now, she's either going to stick her head out the window and start saying some shit, or she's going to get out of the car and start running her damn mouth.
Just like how she's
just so animated. Yeah.
Right now, if she even makes it to pick up the kid, there's that too. There's always that. Look at the legal stuff. Welcome. Good to see you. And thank you for the 5 loans.
$5 long Canadian footlongs. Creed, I don't know if you've noticed, but she has been busy jotting down a lot of stuff, taking what we all thought was notes. But I do have right here in front of me what she was really saying. Bullshit. I hate. Fuck this judge. Hire hitman. And just a little dot.
There's another thing. As a father, I couldn't imagine dropping off, especially right after court, like this. Man, this is a crazy one.
I would be so scared.
The whole drama. Child exchanges herself. So she goes from your car to Mrs. and then on Sunday she'll come back in the same fashion. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I had a question. I had a parenting plan, sir, and it's on the 7th of September. What are we doing about that? Is that not?
Is it a proposed parenting plan?
Yes.
Okay. 7th of September of what was filed?
I filed a parenting plan and evidence and stuff like that. So.
Okay, you filed your proposed parenting plan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I see that. Thank you. I'm not making any findings as to either parent today. So you're asking for a bunch of findings. Those come usually with the final order. So again, either trial, agreement, or default. So I'm not making any of those decisions today. I am going to leave decision making. I'm going to put decision making with father at the moment because I don't believe the two of you can jointly decide anything.
She wants a high five, Judge.
That's unfortunate, but based on the presentation today, I don't believe
a high five
and decide that. Yes.
The reason why DNA hasn't been brought up because he hasn't been in her life for the past 8 years. It was brought up in Oregon. He never came back and he left. That's why it has not been taken care of.
Okay.
In the birth, it was brought up when she was 4 years old.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay. At this point, I do have the sealed document listing him as.
Your Honor, I'm a cheater. I can assure you.
Scrivener's error as to the birth date, that does not invalidate him as a parent.
Well, she thought it did.
So, going back to the parenting plan, so I'm going to have father make decisions, not making any findings to either parent at this time. Custodian is father. Talked about visits already. Mother is to have we'll be at Christmas before you're back to review. So I want to show you.
Until her birthday, I can't see my daughter.
So I've never had a child complain about having 2 birthday parties. And so
Right.
they'll each celebrate child's birthday on her time. Let's see, on
Not his
Christmas,
daughter. It's a joke.
ma'am, if you cannot manage yourself, you'll
She
be
gone?
excused from the hearing.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to order
She
for
pretended she was.
Christmas, mothers to have the child from 5 p.m. the day school releases until Christmas Eve at 8 p.m. And then fathers to have the child from Christmas Eve at 8 p.m. until school resumes.
She's almost got a tear.
And then thereafter, the regular schedule.
Almost.
I am going to
Close.
enter an order that reflects this. You can both get a copy at the clerk's office probably tomorrow would be the soonest it'll be available to you. I think that takes care of all of those issues we talked about.
Purse is on.
Contact,
Oh, yeah, she's
with
ready.
child. The guardian item is free to bring the matter back at any time if there's an emergency. But I'd like to
Phil,
maintain
did they?
contact with mother.
Did we miss?
I think
Nah.
That'd be great if they did.
Sir, you currently paying child support?
I almost want to go back
Yep,
and
I'm
look.
current.
Okay, so with that is I'm gonna suspend your obligation for child support.
Oh, snap. Oh, there it is. Stop.
Wow.
He's been paying child support.
Wow.
Mr. I've been gone for 8 years has been paying child support.
Oh,
She just lost the
wow.
source of income. Allegedly. She has just lost her source of income. No wonder she wants this kid back so bad. She's
Oh, wow.
And he's current.
Mr. I've not, he ain't been around for 8 years.
For her not being maybe if she'd have sent back some of those child support checks and said, oh, this man is not, he don't have to pay. He's not the dad. The real dad's going to pay me. Don't you worry. Take them checks back. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Year. So whatever you're obligated to pay, you're still obligated to pay through essentially the close of this month, and then the obligation is suspended. I'm not making any child support orders in this case other than suspending your obligation because I don't have sufficient financial information to do so. Either of you are free to bring that back for me to address child support at any time or talk to the Division of Child Support.
More
Go ahead,
questions.
ma'am.
What about my court date on next week?
The court date next week, what is your court date for?
The restraining order, the response to his restraining order?
I'm not entering a restraining order on either of you at this point. So there was a temporary restraining order entered to ensure sort of compliance between last week and this week. I'm denying all restraining orders as to both parties, but you both have to comply with the court's orders. So if one of you starts not complying, then a restraining order can be appropriate.
Big mad.
At this point, I'm
She big
denying
mad.
all restraining orders as that either of you have requested at this time. It seems that the main issue was establishing a parenting plan and that there was a lot of fear about the child being taken from one home to the other. And now that you have a court order, that makes it clear.
She's not even muted. She's just yelling so
Yelling
loud.
so loud it's clipping out the mic. Yeah. It's just making it clip. Wow, this girl is on fire.
She does. Did she mention anything about any drug?
No, she hasn't. But if for some reason when the guardian ad litem gets there and maybe she'll see something that she feels needs to be looked at, she will tell the judge, and then the judge would order something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Dad's been calm and cool the entire time. He's had the right answers, which
she has done herself zero favors.
Oh no!
Oh my God, has she ever?
From beginning to end so far. I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
Of your obligations are and what your visitation or residential time is. All right. So you should be able to get a copy of those orders.
More questions.
Again, tomorrow is a good time to get those. Ma'am, go ahead.
So these people have not been in her life or anything for 8 years, and you're just saying.
Heard you.
Okay.
The child is assaulting you and having mental health problems. It seems that the child may need a
Trouble at
change
school
at
for
this point.
doing sexual.
Whoa,
So
what?
at this point,
I didn't get to read those lips. Is she going to show us the back of her neck what she's picking at? Because I would love to see that.
I think she might have a scar or a scab back there.
It was burned.
I believe what she was saying is that her daughter got in trouble for doing something
Sexual things at school?
sexual things at school. Yes, I believe I heard that right.
And what does she mean by
You can-
those people?
Who are
Those
those
people.
people? You mean her dad?
Her dad? Yeah.
each get a copy of it at the clerk's office. You'll need to bring cash if you want them. to
Fuck you, she says.
And you can get
That
a copy of that
was fuck you.
tomorrow. Is a good time to get a copy of that. All right. That's it for today.
Look at it.
on this matter.
Oh, fucking bitch. I got that one.
So I can put her in school. I don't got to worry about her coming and taking her from school or anything like that.
Well, you can and should enroll her in school. Please go
Okay.
to Chelsea Public Schools and do that today or wherever you reside. The
All right,
court
thank you.
is going to note for the record
Damn.
that Ms. Knowles was incredibly inappropriate, that she swore and was not able to manage herself appropriately during this process. So her behavior is certainly going to be noted for the court, and you can also let the guardian ad litem know to look at the clerk's minutes.
Tell the guardian to watch out.
First note it like, so it's like tomorrow, is she supposed to go see her at 5 or like, or do I go get that paperwork and then it'll be on that paperwork?
It'll be on the paperwork. The way you determine what weekend it is by looking at a calendar. So I tell people, look at a calendar like the kind that has the boxes on the bottom.
Talking to him like he's a
the kitties up top. When you look at that kind of a calendar, look at the Friday.
Guess that's it. She's just gonna explain some more things to her son there. Man, and that exit. I knew we were getting ready for a good exit, but I didn't think she'd call her an effing bitch. But
Yeah, I mean, whoa, good for the judge holding it together.
Really?
By the way, I
I-
would not be able to do that.
I almost want to find that now.
I almost
That's
want to
right.
fight her. I almost want to fight this woman. No, I wouldn't even fight a woman.
Do you have a timestamp on that, by any chance?
If I timestamp that first.
No, it's too much to find.
She is really, man.
If somebody really did push her back in the chair, though, man, that's.
Who would do that though? They don't care when she leaves. Fucking leave. Go ahead. It's your kid, dumbass. Get out of here.
Listen, I don't know about that dude, but he certainly seemed to be telling the truth. He certainly seemed to care. Certainly seemed much better than her.
Yeah, she was a little hot under the collar, some would say.
And as we always say, it's all about the child too. That's the saddest part about it, is the child in that situation.
And again, the judge made the good point. Why would I send her back to you and you and her are having physical altercations, and all this other stuff? Why would I? She hasn't had any of those at her dad's house.
Mm.
Maybe she has daddy issues and she needs some time with her father. Give her a chance. Even though you're saying that's not her dad, Your Honor, could be 10 other people.
Yeah, there's a lot of contradiction there. Well, that was enjoyable and
Troubling at the same time.
troubling at the same time. Yeah, that's perfect words. I guess we'll see everybody at 4:05. Thank you. The Ants in Her Pants Express. I see what you did there.
Oh.
Sweet tea again. Tiny Piggy, Al Golfer, Lisa, Sweet tea with a small bribe. That's fine on here. That's completely legal.
Absolutely.
The Funk, great to see you, Deborah, and looking at legal stuff. Appreciate you stopping by too.
That's right. Not every other court channel hates us. No, sirree, Bob. We got a few that still like us.
At least
Well, let's not go crazy, Creed. Do us a huge favor and hit the like on the video. If you're new here, anytime you see us do a live video, it'll be like this. Me and Creed hanging out, talking with you guys, being part of the crew. World's most dangerous chat.
carrying off on a caboose.
That's good stuff. Today is a true 2 for Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Over on We Gotta Chase. So make sure if you are new to that, look for it over on We Gotta Chase on YouTube, as well as Credence and Mikey, the mothership, right there on the YouTube as well. There'll be 2 new court videos dropping over there. One from DeSanto about a guy that tried to drown another dude, overthrowing a White Claw can at him.
Oh,
And over at Judge Simpson at 5:05, you'll look for that debut of where he's talking to this lady Friday, Miss Friday. We've seen her several times, and boy, she has got a lot to say. So make sure you're there for both those explosive, electrifying, earth-shattering premieres. Until then, stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. Top Guys doing Top Guys shit all day long.
And to close out the day, we got a jackpot
No shit.
because it's Tuesday.
Oh, ta-da.
Ta-da.